What is up, everyone? My name is OJ and welcome to the Village of PlayerEssence, where you can come get all your latest gaming news and Nintendo Switch goodness, PE Ninjas. So let's go ahead and get right into this one. So we've got some new details on Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, plus some new screenshots as well. So Capcom has released the official details and screenshots for Ultra Street Fighter 2 based on the Famitsu latest coverage. Content pertaining to the game's first impression mode, art gallery, and color edit feature are listed below, courtesy of Gematsu. So let's talk about the way of the Hado, ninjas. So the way of the Hado, unleash Hadouken. So that is the new first-person mode, for those who don't know, that's going to come with this game. So you can defeat Shadow Lu soldiers with the Joy-Con controllers in each hand, and unleash Hadoukens, and show you can using the motion controls and button combinations. That's actually cool. I'm going to do that. Defeat enemies to clear stages in stage mode. Endless mode, continue fighting until your health reaches 0. Training mode, practice your techniques. Get growth points based on the gameplay content, which can be used to strengthen Ryu's attacks, speed, guts, defense, luck, and vital stats. Strengthen Ryu to your liking in order to aim for the highest score. So this is like its own RPG first-person mode, and this is cool. People talking about the game wasn't worth it before they even knew everything that was in the game. This is a brand new mode that takes a lot of testing if they're going to use the motion controls and button combinations in there, with the whole experience point system, training mode, endless modes. Yo, this is tight. See, it's worth the money at this point. I'm definitely going to buy it just for this freaking little mode here. I want to throw Hadoukens in first person. Like, that's just something that I've wanted to do in like the arcade, like Ready to Rumble boxing or whatever that boxing game was. I was like, man, what if they made a Street Fighter where you can freaking throw Hadouken? So I'm definitely going to buy this game. It's a 100% buy at this point. But there's more. So Street Fighter series has high resolution illustration gallery, so you can browse through over 1,400 carefully selected illustrations from Street Fighter 20, the art of Street Fighter. There's 250 DPI high resolution, can magnify even the most minor of text in there. So it pretty much includes that whole thing right in there for all you Street Fighter fans out there. Plus there's going to be a color edit mode, so you can color edit features included, edit character colors to your liking and store them, customize characters' colors using the touchscreen. The colors you store can be used in arcade mode as well as versus and online battles. Store up to 10 edited colors for each character. That is also cool because Capcom actually charged for those in some of the different Street Fighter games out there as far as color swaps and things like that in DLC. So this kind of shows me that they're probably not going to do that with this game. When they release it, it's just going to be released and you can color edit and do all that, and I'm definitely going to be color editing away. I actually really like that feature, just to give a little bit more variety to a game where you're looking at the same characters all the time fighting, but this time you can color edit them and do what you want. So that's actually a really exciting feature, along with the freaking Hadouken mode. Man, this is good. I'm definitely going to buy this game. It is 100% buy at this point. Let me know what you guys think about Street Fighter and all these different things here, and there might be more. Who knows? There might even be more, but this is good stuff. So we're going to move on to the next thing here, and that is we're going to reconfirm that eShop purchases on the Nintendo Switch are tied to Nintendo accounts and not tied to the actual system. So this has been a big problem for Nintendo since the Wii days, and it's over. It is done. So with the Nintendo Switch unboxing videos that emerged earlier today, we have an important reconfirmation about how the system handles eShop purchases. Much like the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, you can link a Nintendo account to Nintendo's new system on Switch. Doing so will allow all eShop purchases to be tied to that account rather than to the system. If you remove that link but relink it to it at another point, it's possible to re-download software or DLC that you purchased. Nintendo does say that discontinued software may be unavailable for re-download in some cases. Reggie previously indicated that the eShop purchases could be tied to a Nintendo account on Nintendo Switch. Thankfully, we have another confirmation straight from the system. So good stuff once again, showing that Nintendo finally took their time learning. But once again, I'd said the Nintendo Switch is pretty much all of the good ideas taken from the other systems when it comes to the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U, and kind of taking the best ideas from them, throwing away the ones that didn't work, and kind of putting it together with some of the stuff that they did before on previous systems when it comes to game focus, when it comes to design, when it comes to helping out certain things in the system itself. itself. So I do feel that this Nintendo Switch is one of the best systems Nintendo has produced, at least before launch. Seeing it, what they're doing with it, how it works, the gimmick or the hook of the system, this is easily one of the best, and it's functional. We all know from the very beginning that there's not going to be necessarily things to where you have to play certain styles. Many of the games will offer 100% complete control with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, so you don't have to use motion controls if you don't want to, outside of, like I said, a couple of games. I think 1-2 Switch is the only game at this point to where you can't use button controls, and even then I'm not 100% sure. There might be button controls in some of the games, but most of it seems to be motion, but that is particularly designed for that. It is more of a casual game. All of the core games all can use 100% Nintendo Switch Pro controller, whereas before in the past, Nintendo would take their core games and force you to use motion controls and then not allow you to use the extra Classic Controller Pro or Wii U Pro controller, even though those games would be better suited for that. For example, Nintendo Wii was probably the biggest offender of this, whereas like stuff like Super Mario Galaxy and stuff like Donkey Kong Country Returns, you weren't able to use the Classic Controller at all, and especially Donkey Kong, there was like no reason why they shouldn't support that. But looks like that is a thing of the past, and they have moved on and they've definitely learned, so good stuff there, especially with the Nintendo eShop accounts being linked to there, not linked to the system anymore. So awesome stuff. All right, we're gonna move on. We got some Bomberman. Super Bomberman R News was created with Unity, an engine that had a hard time running on the Wii U. So here's something that may come to a bit of a surprise to some of you guys. Nintendo Everything writes, on the official GDC 2017 site, Super Bomberman R is shown as one of the playable games developed with Unity engine. Rather than going with the internal tools, Konami and Hexadrive decided to use third-party technology. Fortunately, we know that the Nintendo Switch supports Unity very well this time. The Nintendo Wii U did not support Unity very well, so that's why you didn't see some of those indie games that were on other platforms, but the Nintendo Switch does support Unity 100% full-time from day one, and that is very good because many games use Unity. It's a very good, powerful, free source engine for anyone to use, and it's just one of those engines that you definitely need to have, and it needs to have good support if you want to get more games on your system. So we're going to see other games that use Unity right away on the Nintendo Switch as well as the days and months go on. So this is definitely good news, and I'm really looking forward to this game, Super Bomberman R. I'm an old school gamer. I love the Super Nintendo, and the fact that it's on a cartridge is just more sweet. It's just more sweet because Bomberman to me was like a Super Nintendo game. And I remember taking that cartridge and just plopping it in there and playing, and it's going to be not exactly the same thing because the Super Nintendo cartridges are quite bigger than the Nintendo Switch cartridges, but it's going to have that similar feeling to where I can just take a cartridge out and I can put it in there, not worry about installs or any stuff like that. So super happy about this. Konami, yo, what's next? Castlevania? Hey, maybe if this does well, we get a Castlevania game on the Nintendo Switch as well. Nintendo, revive it. Nintendo, do it! Do it, Nintendo! Do it! Alright, I'm moving on to the last bit of news, my ninjas. We've got some OS leakage. So, there is a user on VidMe. He pretty much put up a video, 2 to 3 minute video, that went through all of the Nintendo Switch OS and the UI. So we looked through everything from the news tabs to the actual album tab to where you can take screenshots, went into the settings, changed the theme to black and to white, and the one thing that you do know with this Nintendo Switch is that it's very sleek. It's a very fast UI, it's very sleek, you can get in and out of apps very quickly, and that was one of the Nintendo Wii U's main downfalls, is that when you picked up that system, you put it in there, as soon as you go to the settings, not only can you not only look at one screen, you gotta look down at the second screen and go back and forth. But at the same time, like, it took forever to get to those settings. Then they released an update, and it still took a long time. It just kind of took like a really long time to just a somewhat long time. So completely gone with this one, and I think that's the reason why with this Nintendo Switch they really got rid of a lot of the stuff that bogged down the Wii U's OS, like the Miiverse and all that stuff running behind in the background. It's just a sleek, quick UI. It is lacking a bit of features at this point. We don't know if Nintendo's going to add more when the system officially launches. I don't think so, but still, it still is quick and it still is fast, and I think that's the most important thing coming off of the Wii U's OS and the Wii U's UI as far as how it looked and all that, is that you wanted something clean, you wanted something fast, and you wanted something that can just get the job done, get your games and play add all that stuff as we go along. Let us be the beta testers for this point as far as adding features, but don't make it to where it's going to crash the system or it's going to basically bog down the system as much as the Wii U did with all the stuff that they tried to do with that system. So it's really good that this is very fast and very sleek, and it's just really nice to look at, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the Nintendo Switch. That freaking OS is fast, man, and that's what I want. I want to be able to get into my games fast, get out fast. Don't want to waste time waiting to get into settings and all of that. And it looks like you're going to be able to, even while you're in a game, suspend the game and pause, or maybe even like double tap or something, and the game can still run, and you can change settings and do all that. So unlike the Wii U, where if you're in a game, you want it to go to your settings, you just can't. It won't let you. You actually have to exit out of the game to go to your main settings. Completely gone with the Nintendo Switch. So good stuff, Nintendo, on that one, and I'm really looking forward to this system. It's going to be freaking amazing. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you ninjas for the next video. Peace!